What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and in this video here, what we're going to talk about is, have you ever noticed that when you go online to say research business tips, or you're listening to a podcast, or you're watching a YouTube video, have you ever noticed that nobody has laid out yet step by step exactly what you need to do in order to be successful? Doesn't it sort of baffle you that nobody's perfectly encapsulated the formula to becoming successful to the point where you can literally just follow it and get to where you want to go? What I want to talk about in this video is why that doesn't exist, and I want to talk about how there's just simply underlying universal principles that you need to follow in order to be successful, how that's 50% of it, and how the other 50% of it is all you, your own creativity, your own intuition. I think this video is going to be really, really great for you. Let's do it. This video here is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if you need designs for your clothing brand, I highly recommend you check out Design Crowd. Design Crowd's a website that helps entrepreneurs crowdsource amazing designs from designers all around the world. For a special $100 VIP offer for Apparel Success viewers only, head over to www.designcrowd.com/apparel to learn more, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so if you're anything like me, you've probably wondered, why isn't there something out there that just tells you exactly what to do? Why isn't there like a step-by-step system that just is put in place? This is the exact formula to success every time, just do it. And the reason is because it doesn't exist, okay? So much of your success as an individual in what you're doing comes down to your own pure creativity and your ability to develop your own style of success. And I know that sounds really weird, but I remember when I was first starting everything, I'd be like, why isn't there just something that tells me the right business idea, right? Like, why isn't there somebody that can just give me the right business idea and, design my logo for me? And all of that, all of those aspects of your business are purely creative. It all comes from you. It all comes from your own source as an individual creating in this world. And that's why there's simply just no step-by-step formula for exactly what you're doing. It's like if you look at skateboarders, for example, everybody can kickflip and three flip, but they all do it in their own special way. They all have their own style of doing it. It all slides off their board in a different way. And it's the same thing when it comes to business. Now, there are core universal principles that you definitely need to be putting in place when it comes to achieving success. Something like consistency, right? You need to show up every day, do it consistently, take action, actually offer value instead of take value, things like that. But at the core of it, a lot of it comes down to your own creativity, your own ability to see things that nobody else can see and create a vision that nobody else has. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do for you is really guide you and inspire you and show you that this is something that you can totally do. If one person can do it, another person can do it. Really get you in the right mindset, show you the universal principles that you definitely need to be putting in place, and really just bring out the best in you as a clothing brand owner so that you feel full as an owner of your clothing brand who can actually put these things in place and actually execute, okay? So what I want to talk about right now are the most important qualities that you can have as a clothing brand owner. I really want to pull them out of you right now and help you get into that right mindset so that you can execute on this stuff for your own business. And what I want to talk about right now is having sheer open-mindedness, okay? Radical open-mindedness. And obviously, if you're already watching this video and you're actually learning from somebody else on this topic, it already shows that you have a certain degree of open-mindedness. I'm sure that if you show some of your friends who are, working their normal jobs, something like Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins, they're gonna be like, oh my God, that guy's stupid. Like, why would I ever listen to this guy? He's so full of himself. Meanwhile, you're there being open-minded, actually taking in that information. Even if you're not listening to 80% of it, you're taking the 20% of it that you can actually apply to your own life, and you're being really, really open-minded, okay? I associate almost all the success that I've had in entrepreneurship to my ability to actually be open-minded when other people that are around me aren't open-minded to those things, okay? They shut down. They like to feel comfortable with knowing how the world works, and the way that they're already currently operating is just so comforting to them. Meanwhile, if you're actually willing to look at somebody and learn from them, even if you don't take all of it. Even if you're watching this video right now, you're only taking 20% of everything that I'm saying, but you're still learning, you're still consuming and growing from it. That is such an important quality to have as an entrepreneur. Another really important quality that you need to have if you're getting into this entrepreneurship thing, and in order for you to be successful as a clothing brand owner, is to be realistic and to not be this fluffy person who's just constantly like, oh my God, you just need to think positive and everything will just work itself out, okay? Business is actually really hard. It takes a lot of work. You need to be really, really smart, really, really strategic, and you need to actually, put in the work every single day. And it's not just going to happen without you actually doing it, okay? So you need to show up every day. You need to take a really, really realistic approach and actually see how you're offering real world value instead of just, dreaming up this day in your mind where everything's going to happen for you and everything's just going to work out, when meanwhile you're just sitting around all day not doing anything, okay? So you need to have that really, really realistic approach in order for you to actually get those results. Now, another thing that I want to talk about here that will hopefully help rewire your brain and get you thinking in the right way is that there is no one true definition of success, okay? Everybody who goes through life achieves a different level of success, and there's no absolute definition of success. This means that it's completely up to you as an individual to determine your criteria for success. And I'm telling you right now, if you're making $50,000 a year as an entrepreneur, creating the life that you want to live, making $50,000 a year, you can be happier than somebody who's making $10 million a year just simply based on your own values and your own criteria. Okay? So the amount of money that you make, the amount of success that you achieve, and the way that you define it is all literally determined by you, the individual, and nobody else. In almost every scenario, there's going to be some sort of mental drag that's pulling you down and influencing you in a negative way. I know that when you work the 9 to 5, when you work a job that you're just trying to get out of so that you can do this full time, I know that there are people there and everybody in your surroundings who are thinking a certain way, and they have a certain belief system about themselves, and it pulls you down to their level, okay? It gets you feeling like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't where my life's going to head. Maybe this entrepreneurship thing isn't cut out for me, and it's a particular type of person that I will never become, okay? And that just simply isn't true. You're just being pulled in by that mental drag of the people around you who are thinking that way, and it's really just sucking you in this giant vortex of negativity, okay? And what you really need to be aware of with this is that you can change this, okay? And they say that you become the average of the 5 people that you hang out with most. When you watch videos like this, when you listen to podcasts like this all the time, who are operating at a higher level, thinking at a higher level, and they're surrounded by people who are thinking at a higher level, you start to think that way and you start to feel that way, okay? And it starts to brush off on you and you start to feel like you can actually do this. And that's because you can actually do this, okay? It's literally just, your conditioning from the people around you. It's that social conditioning where you feel like, I'm surrounded by all these people. This is my current scenario. I'm stuck and I'm never going to get out of it, okay? So the way to get out of it is to just constantly keep pumping yourself with that good, high energy, people who are excited, people who, have come out of the deepest, darkest places and actually risen to the point where they're actually succeeding. And if they can do it, you can do it. This leads me to my last point, which is that you need to be constantly learning, okay? Constantly exposing yourself to information about marketing and business and how things actually work, and just constantly becoming smarter and smarter and learning better and better strategy so that you can get to the level where you have so much information, you have so much intelligence around the concept of entrepreneurship and running a business that it's pretty much, you have everything in there, and now it's just all simply about taking action, okay? So as much as you're taking action, you need to be constantly learning, constantly absorbing this information. You'll get to a point where you feel like you're almost on information overload and you just need to act and start doing something and putting it into place. I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass video. All you have to do to get access is go to www.apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. It's 100% free to watch. And if your clothing brand is currently struggling right now and you want me to review it and give you feedback and suggestions for how you can improve, you can sign up for a clothing brand review at www.apparelsuccess.com. Otherwise, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.